we've just slipped onto the toll roads. We're off early for us, aren't we? We have been offered some free straw. We were trying to get it before Christmas, but the weather just wasn't allowing it. So today we're taking advantage of a beautiful, dry, bright day, and we're going to see Debi and Steve from Portugal Dreamzzz. So we're on the A23, which is one of the toll roads, just to get there a bit quicker. It's New Year's Eve for us, not sure when you're going to see this, so making the most of a really nice bright day. Max is in the back, he's just having a lie down, and thought we would bring you along to get our free garden supplies. Yeah, it was the first time this morning we actually set an alarm to get up, so the first time since we've been in Portugal that we put an alarm on, and then we just turned it off and rolled back over and went to sleep for half an hour again. But here we go, off on the journey. Debi and Steve, we're from Portugal Dreamzzz, and we bought a small farm here in central Portugal about a year and a half ago, and we moved here in September, so we're now starting to really crack on and get things done on the farm.
And I've taken some footage of their land, and it's not the brightest and sunniest of days, but it still looks lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is beautiful. That's why we bought it.
Yeah. Lovely, thank you very much. So we've come to collect some straw. There's two entrances, one where I'm stood and one with a bit of light at the end, and we're just going to try and get it in the back of the truck.
Is that good for you?
Yes, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing with it, Elaine?
I'm hoping it's going to really build up the organic material in one section of our garden, because Darren has the hope of a pumpkin patch.
Right.
Yeah, we've got.
There's plenty of more of that sort of straw rather than this.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on then, jump
Want
on.
to come back for any?
That's pretty good, isn't it? Quite sufficient.
I think
our top will fit over the top of that.
All right.
Have you got time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to try and get some more in?
No, I think that'll be all right, won't it?
Yeah.
Let me see, I bet it didn't make a dent.
Please come back and take more.
So thanks to Steve and Debbie, we've got some hay, we've got some straw, and we've also got some corn stalks. So I think we're going to use the hay first as our first layer, then we're going to put the corn stalks down, and then we're going to get a layer of manure and put that on top as well. So what we're doing here is building our pumpkin patch, getting it ready for planting our pumpkins. So we're making like a lasagna of materials that can break down and make a really nice organic matter to plant them in.
Did more than I thought.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So that's all the hay, and it's covered most of the patch actually, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Or what we planned as the patch. So now we're going to get some of this corn stalks. Yeah. We'll call them that, and we'll cover that over.
Yeah. Just add to it if we get any more bales. I don't know whether they had any more. We've been invited back to help clear the barn again.
Yeah.
Which is very useful for us.
Yeah.
So
Elaine just said she could hear the croaking of the frog down the well. So see if I can see it down there.
I had a look, I couldn't see it.
Yeah, can't quite make it out down there, but the water levels dropped quite a lot. I mean, we did take 1,000 litres out to put into the IBC, so it's dropped by that, but it's also dropped by a couple of extra foot as well. So we'll try and get back onto the second IBC and get some more of that water out as quickly as we can. But at the moment we're making good use of this straw, this hay, and these corn on the cob sticks. Yeah, so we haven't really mentioned very much about the mushrooms recently. One or two people did ask about them as well, or commented on our mushroom when we planted the mushrooms. But in the last few days we've seen a couple of little ones coming, and now actually we've got quite a few, so Elaine thinks we need to pick a few of them, and I'm just looking at them now and they do look like there's quite a few reasonable sized ones there.
This one looks like the largest, and I think they're called pins when they start off and they're just breaking through like the tiniest ones. So this is quite a cluster.
Yeah.
Here, but I'll take a few of the bigger ones because I'm making a nice stew, and they will definitely go in. Just uncover these. There you go, there's quite a few lovely ones there.
Yeah, you can see them. So is that about fully grown for this variety of mushrooms?
Yes, because these are the small ones, not the big ones. These are small chestnut mushrooms.
Right.
So
yeah,
bigger than a button mushroom, but not the portobello big size.
Okay. So let's have a watch of you taking one out. Our first crop of a mushroom ever. Ooh.
Wow, that was quite a crunch.
That's pretty cool. Not bad at all.
I'm just trying to pick them out very carefully, but a few of the little ones are coming out. I'll leave this to grow on.
What about these ones just here?
Them too?
Next to that?
These ones?
What about
yeah,
them?
I'll go with these ones.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely... You have to crack and break them off.
They're definitely not easy to get out, which you would think they would be, but they've made a good...
Yeah.
They've made something underneath the soil, obviously.
It is, it's a whole network, yes, the mycelium network.
Yeah,
so,
which is holding them tight in.
Yeah.
Very good. So that'll just keep making more mushrooms.
Yes, they'll get bigger. Now that they've got some space, the other ones will come up.
Yeah.
So...
Actually, we've got quite a lot, to be honest, haven't we?
Yeah. See, these are the tiny weeny ones, they're just starting off. No. Try and get it. Yeah, you can hear it crack and crunch. There we go then.
There we go.
We'll let that do what it needs to do.
Brilliant. Not bad for a little fun test.
Yeah.
Actually, not bad at all. So, for the past week, probably, I've been collecting the footage from the field camera, from the Pips cam, and we're not getting very much. We're not getting very much wild animal activity. The only wild animal activity that we have received so far, which you've seen, is on the film from our neighbour's land, which isn't really what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to try and find something on our land. So yeah, not getting very much at the moment. Trying to find the tracks where they're coming in and trying to capture them on the tracks. But I think they just swap around, in all honesty. They just change tracks and go different ways, which kind of makes sense. So anyway, the idea now is I'm just going to set up the camera. I've got it set up over there at the moment, and I'm going to move it to a different space, and I thought whilst I do that, I'll just show you how I set it up. So the camera's been set up here for a couple of nights. There is this little bit of a walk through here, where it definitely looks like the boars have been, but unfortunately no footage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move it over here, maybe put it up on one of these trees here, and see if we can capture something about the boars coming along here. We have seen some footprints just up there, but we're going to try and capture them maybe coming along here and maybe up that way. Give it a try. So yeah, this is the top of the land. This is where we've seen some tracks coming in here and maybe going up this way, and then onto this main track along here, which goes down into our village. So I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to put the camera onto this tree here and see if we can not capture them. Hopefully we can capture them, rather, coming up this way and along there. Let's give it a go. Okay, so that's the camera set up and ready to go on the tree, hopefully pointing in a direction that might capture something. I've also put a twig just here, just to pull the bottom of the camera up a little bit, just to, hopefully get a slightly better shot. We then open up the camera, or this could already be done before, to be honest with you, but we open up the camera and we just pop our SD card in here. Now obviously all of these cameras are different, but this one's a local shop called Decathlon, where I got this one from, so it's straight from just a local shop here. And so we got the batteries in, we close it up. It's got the weather sealing, as you can see around here, to stop the rain getting in. We close it up like that. So obviously all cameras work differently, but this one, we'll just click on the OK button. It'll start it up for us. And we have different modes. We can go for photo mode, video mode, or photo and video mode. It shows up there that we've still got a little bit of battery power, 98% on the SD card, because I've cleared that out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through the modes really and just see what I want to do. So I don't want photo, I don't want video, I don't want photo and video. The video mode itself here, just the standard video mode, only gives you 15 seconds of footage, which is okay if that's what you want, but I'm going to go for a manual mode option here instead, which is a little bit more, gives us the options over the settings. So we click into manual mode, and then you can choose what you want, your photo size, your video size, and your video length. So rather than the 15 seconds, I've gone for the 30 seconds. As you can see there, I don't know if you can see that, but I've chosen the 30-second option. And press OK. Then we go down, we've got sensitivity setting. So I've gone for sensitivity high. So from that, I would hope that it would kick in pretty quickly. Although, to be honest with you, it does seem a little bit slow at kicking in. Anyway, we'll keep it to high sensitivity, trigger interval. Not really sure what that means, but I've got it set for 5 seconds. And you can't get it lower than 5 seconds, so I'm not really sure if that's the trigger where it detects something and then starts it. Anyway, 5 seconds is the best option that you have. So we go for that. Then we go down to capture and we go OK. And then we choose whether we want photo, video and photo and video on the manual mode capture. So I'm going to choose video. So I just want to capture video and we go OK. And then what it does, it just counts down for us. So that's now on its way. It's going to give us like 30-second clips of video. Yeah, and let's hope we capture something. And then after the 10 seconds is elapsed, this little red light just gives us that little warning saying, right, there we are, we're now live and we're capturing your footage for you onto your SD card. Click, click. So now we're in a mode where it's actually now potentially recording me. Okay, so yeah, that's how we set this little one up anyway. It's been okay. It's been okay, as you've seen on previous videos. Probably it's got us a good little bit of footage. So yeah, that's the trail cam or action cam, pips cam as we call it, set up now on the land. Hopefully it will capture something. As I said, they all work differently. I'm still learning the quirks of this one to a certain extent as well, because as I said, in that 15-second clip, the 30-second clip, I'm also thinking it could do with a faster SD card in there. This SD card that I'm using is 80 megabytes a second. I'm wondering if that's why it's not clicking in as quickly as it should. Some of the footage is a little bit grainy, so maybe it's not transferring that image to the card quick enough. So I might need a quicker card. But that's 80 megabits per second. I could try a camera one at 95 megabits per second and see if that makes any difference. Anyway, it's there. Hopefully it's going to make hopefully it's going to work, should I say, and capture some footage. Probably capturing me now as I'm standing here. Leave it there for a couple of days and see if we've got anything. Okay.